Bonjour, dit is Woei with Kick in the Door. And today we are in Paris with my friend Alex, aka Gumbottom on Instagram. How you doing, Alex?
I'm good, man. Welcome to Paris.
Thank you, thank you. My first question,
Sure.
your name, Gumbottom,
Yeah?
was it because you love the gum soles?
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so I was right.
Yeah, I lived most of my life, I lived in between Boston and New York. So I'm living in Paris now because of work. But if I had to say that I was American or French,
Yeah.
I guess I would be more American than French.
When was the first time you started getting into sneakers?
All right, so I mean, the first thing that marked me, I think, when I was a kid, it was in 1989. I really wanted the Jordan 4. My feet weren't big enough, and they didn't have them.
What age were you then?
I was 9 years old.
9 years old?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
For the Jordan 4?
Jordan 4. So my feet weren't big enough to buy the adult sizes, and where I was in Boston, there was like no kid sizes available.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I really wanted the military blue. So when we went to the store, instead of getting this shoe, I bought the infrared Air Max 90. My parents bought this for me because it
Totally
came
different
out.
shoe.
Yeah, it was around the same time when they had launched it. It was kind of like towards the end of '89,
Yeah.
early '90s. So it was like for me that shoe really did something to me, because when I went back to start really buying a lot of shoes was probably in 2002, and before that, like, I was buying like things here and there, but in 2002 it was the Dunk SP.
So you were like age 12, right?
12, 22.
Oh, 20.
Yeah.
Sorry, 22. Yeah.
I wish I could age and lose 10 years each time, but it
I'm
doesn't
that too,
happen
man.
like that, unfortunately, man. We get
Okay.
older, not younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was 22. I just left school, so I didn't have that much money. When I started to start having money was like around like 2000, like a little more money to spend was around like 2004 and 2005, which was a really good time because I bought a lot of the beautiful Air Max 1s and a lot of the really great Air Max 90s, some of those GRs that they did with the nubuck and mesh that I think are still some of the best shape of shoes that Nike ever made. So so I feel like there was such a great time to be able to collect, because it was, I think, the best of what Nike did was at this time.
That's a high one, bro.
Oh yeah. Without these high ceilings, I don't know what I would do, man.
This is one of my favorite shoes. I love this shoe.
These are pretty wanted, right?
Yeah, and look, came with the bag and everything. Metacom for Harry Goose.
Those.
I love this. I
Yeah.
love these little things.
Yeah.
Has the tags, everything in Japan. It only dropped in Japan this year.
Yeah, I know. The sole is starting yellowing, man.
Yeah, I kind of like it like that.
Yeah, but I haven't seen it on Dunks, like the coloring. The
I wore the hell out of these shoes.
I see.
I wore these shoes like a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. Between 2007 and like 2010, like I don't know, I was kind of like still looking for older stuff. I was like, I think I missed a lot of stuff, and I was trying to like.
But you were still on the swoosh, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Always on the swoosh. Always on the swoosh until, honestly, but when I started, I always bought a couple New Balances here and there because I always liked,
That was the first
certain
brand besides the
models.
swoosh?
I would say probably I would say New Balance, and then with the Gel-Lyte 3,
The A6.
the A6, yeah.
And then you went crazy, I guess.
Yeah. I was living in Boston, and they dropped right after they dropped the Parra, they dropped EU only A6 Gel-Lyte 3 that was like black leather and had like a little bit of volt. I think I still have them. They're up there somewhere. I'll see if I can find them to show them. It was
Leather
like
black with
500
volt.
pair, EU only, and they released it only in EU. So I was like, oh, those are nice. I didn't. Maybe I'll get those. And One day I went to Urban Outfitters. It was like in 2006, and I saw them on outlet for like $40.
In the States, right?
Yeah, in the States. So I
For
bought
40
them.
bucks.
40 bucks.
So they weren't really selling, right?
Yeah, they weren't really selling. I mean, but it was weird because it had the split tongue, and people weren't really like, they were like, "What's this? Like, there's no tongue." But like the comfort of that shoe,
Yeah.
and the fact that it was different and had that little difference, and the fact that you could just slip your foot in, there was no adjusting the tongue.
The butter is the best sample. It's so soft. You put your feet in, and
I love that shoe.
yeah, it's crazy.
I love that
Yeah.
shoe.
And then from A6, I see like more different brands.
So after A6, well, I went back really to, I mean, I don't know if you see, you're looking up, you're not looking down.
I see Jordans.
You see Jordan 1s.
Yeah,
Yeah. You see a lot of Jordan 1s.
a lot. And I see only Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
I have Jordans too, and it's only Jordan 1s also. I don't love the 2, 3, 4. It's not
I have
my,
a couple of 4s and a couple of 3s.
Yeah.
But the 1 is the 1.
Simple is the best.
It's a great shoe.
Yeah.
It's a dunk, but with a better shape.
A higher dunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing is, what the dunk is a boxier shoe.
Yeah.
And the reason that it's in style right now is because, chunkier shoes and wider pants, I guess, is more the style, because for so long people have been wearing tapered and tapered. I think the trend is moving in that direction. And you have like the bigger shoes, the dunk. So it's like if you look at like a lot of like the pants in like the runways, they're a lot larger than they were.
Yeah,
before.
that's the fashion for now, right? But
yeah,
I
but
have,
the dunk came back like this. It just went,
yeah,
and it came back into style.
yeah.
Nobody know, you couldn't sell a dunk for like $60.
That's fucking cheap, bro.
Telling you,
It's cheap. It's
nobody
like,
wanted them.
no.
Now, all of a sudden,
Everybody wants them
everybody
now.
wants them.
So this one's one of those shoes that really like kind of haunt me, because when I knew these were coming out, I was actually in LA, and I was like, I need to have these shoes, and there was only 90 pairs. They said they were going to sell them for the 10th anniversary of the San Francisco Nike Town. So I took a flight. I went to San Francisco, and I got there
for the
for
shoes.
the shoes. Yeah. So I got there at like 6:30 in the morning, and I was like number 88 out of 90. So I wasn't even sure if all the pairs would be there. But I got one of the last pairs, and it was a 10 and a half. So
Oh, not your favorite 8.
not my favorite 8. And I looked for a trade for this shoe
Yeah.
since I think it was 2006 when I went. I still have the receipt. Hold on. Damn, where's the? They didn't have to put the date at that time.
They should.
Oh no, it's here. 07, February
07.
23rd, 07.
13 years ago.
13.
SF ID.
Yeah.
I have neither of these. I don't have one pair of these, man.
Yeah, these are a bitch to get, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
These were a real bitch to get.
I wanted the Milan so bad, but
Yeah,
I couldn't
and the
find in my
Milans are this
size.
one.
But you haven't worn these new.
No, they're dead stock. I don't know. I had such a bitch of a time to get these shoes.
Yeah,
that-
so you don't want to wear them right
Yeah,
away.
and I never wore these either.
Ah, fuck, this is so nice. The other one is not the same, right? The blocking, right?
Which one?
The left and
No.
the right.
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, Davey had these too, and
Well, that's the best Flyknit
yeah,
there is. I
so
think.
good, so good.
The multicolor, it's so like, it flows so well.
Yeah, but look at this, so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the best Flyknit ever.
I agree. I think so.
Beautiful. So Alex, we're on the end now. I want to know your top 5 forever.
As I said, like, I can't say it's top forever, but I mean,
now,
it's
for now.
by now, 5 shoes I probably couldn't live without at the
Yes.
moment. So the first one, it's the Air Max 1 BRS. So it came out as part of like the Powerwall pack in 2005 for the history of Air Max. I think this colorway and what it represents for Nike, I think it's probably a dream of almost every collector that likes Air Max to have them. And when I saw the full poster, like, I mean, I really wanted
this one.
I had to say, from all the Air Max 1, this was the best.
Yeah, man. I was like, I need to have this one. So I went to Nike Town in New York City. So it was one of the places selling the Powerwall shoes. So
The big Nike store?
yeah, on 50. I don't know if it was exactly the same type of building at that time, but it was in the same place. So this is really a shoe that I had to have. So unfortunately, you know, the full pack, I couldn't get everything. Of course, I got the Air Max 1 with it, but these were the must-have. So I had to have these. So, yeah.
BRS.
BRS. So, next, stick with Air Max 1 because it's such an important silhouette for me. Well, the Amsterdam, what can I say? This shoe, it's for me probably one of the most beautiful in combination of originality, colorway. Everything is just immaculate on this shoe. Shape, everything. I mean, just to think that, you know, I think Albert Heijn just changed the color code of his supermarkets, didn't he? And that made the shoe get canceled. So imagine if he didn't change the color code, the shoe never would have existed. And what a shame.
It would exist, but as a French fan.
Yeah. What? Oh, really? That's what would have happened?
I think so. Yeah.
I didn't know that actually. So
I think
that's
so.
Interesting. I prefer having these as something that I could have instead of something that it would be impossible for me to get. So.
I feel you, man.
So that's kind of like Air Max 1. Another shoe that means everything to me is the Air Jordan 1. And last year, the collaboration between Union and Air Jordan 1 was just absolute magic for me because, I don't know, I just thought that it was classic, good nod to the OG, but had some original touches to it. I love the double lace situation. The upper part is kind of deconstructed and reworked.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
with
kind
this
of
pair
like,
or?
Yeah, I guess gives it kind of that impression, right?
Like, looks thinner, right?
Yeah, it looks a little bit different, right? The shape is not the same as a regular Air Jordan 1.
Okay.
And the shape is just perfect with that.
Yeah.
Really nice. Then, of course, go to Asics. I love the Gel-Lyte 3. Give you guys a nod for one of the most beautifully made Gel-Lyte 3s.
Sick.
I mean, really, the materials are just so amazing. The leather sock liner. I think it's probably one of the most original use of materials, I think. It's just such a nice shoe. I mean, and the idea was really, really great. So really happy that I was able to get them because there was, at that time when the Gel-Lyte 3s were releasing, especially when there were collabs of other stores, there was really small stock.
Yeah, but were there also like a big line for these? Like camping?
No, I don't think there was a camping because at Kith, if I'm not mistaken, they kind of announced it the night before and kind of put it out the next morning. So didn't really give people enough time to organize a list or a camp for like an announced drop. And at that time, I think Kith was doing a lot of stuff like that because they didn't really want to have the problem of the line and all that stuff, you know. So I'm pretty sure that I got there at like 8 in the morning and I was able to get my shoes
better, man,
easily. Yeah. So this is a really, really good one. I think it's probably one of the most original use of materials, I think, and the idea was really, really great. So definitely gonna stay. And as you can see, I've really worn them a lot. So
yeah,
I've enjoyed them.
Every day.
Yes. So
the
last one,
but not least,
have to stay with one of the more hype shoes that ever came out, I guess, that changed the hype game forever. It's very easy too. The shape, just like it's got just the right amount of padding, the right amount of flash of color. It's just such an amazing shoe. Where, you know, when the first Yeezy came out, I was totally not about them because it was just such like a chunky shoe and so difficult to wear, and even though it was super limited and it was like really like not, you know, so readily available, I didn't want it, so I didn't buy it. But when these came out, man, I'm kind of happy that, you know, Kanye came to Nike, put his stamp with 1 or 2 shoes and then took off. And these are really going to stay like, but yeah, this one was a good one. Even though it's a mashup of really great other people's ideas a little bit, but at the same time, I mean, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the shoe is pretty awesome. I don't think I could ever live without it. So I'm really happy to have that. So I think that would wrap up the
5 pairs.
5 pairs, my man.
Nice, bro. It was Woei Kickin the door. Thank you, Alex.
Yo, my pleasure, man.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you too.
Enjoy
Check
Paris.
them out. Instagram, Gumbottom. Later. Oh ja, oh, wacht. Oh, wacht.
Ja, dat is wel goed, ja.
Nee joh, ga maar.